So, you're a construction company and you're growing fast. You want to take it to the next level and you've heard this little rumor that you should be posting on Instagram more. Well, fear not, my little tradie soldier. I've got you. So a little backstory on myself here. I went to Guelph for studio art many moons ago. And while that sounds like a good time, and it was, I mean, the parties were great, I wouldn't say that it really equipped me well for a career right out of university. So I did what any other slightly confused and clearly hardworking young man would do. I picked up a hammer and I got to work. I became a carpenter. I did builds in Muskoka, Burlington, and Toronto for a number of years. I worked closely with the owner of a high-end building company, and I even went to college in Mississauga for a year or so. Oh no, not even. I dropped out anyways, it doesn't matter. I had a quarter-life crisis. I left, I went to Calgary, but that's a story for another day. Why am I telling you all this? I want to give you a deep understanding of how much I know about your industry. I've been in it, and now as a photographer, I document it, and I document it pretty well. So I'm going to share with you a few tips on how you can document it better for yourself. The first tip that I'm going to give you is that angles and composition do matter. You put a lot of effort into the work that you do, so don't skimp out on this. You got to share it properly. You're going to use the edges of your phone screen, and you're going to make sure that your tilt and your side angles are nice and straight. This means straight up and down and straight side to side. You're going to choose a nice composition and you're going to be intentional with it. The second tip is that you're going to want to get before, during, and after photos. These are the best way to have a nice variety of content throughout the entire process of the build. And then at the end of the project, you're going to post all these photos together. This is such a good way to show the transformations that you can create for homeowners. Number 3 is to pay attention to the light. In photography, light is everything. Yes, even in cell phone photography. Depending on where you're standing and where the sun is in the sky, your images will be affected. So if it's a sunny day, you want to move around and you want to experiment. And be honest with yourself. Use your eye and decide what looks best. If it's a cloudy day, then you're in luck. That's the best result that you're going to get. It's going to clean up the image drastically and you're going to have nice dynamic range. So always try to aim for a nice cloudy day to shoot on. So here's a bonus tip. You really want to think about your copywriting. And copywriting is just a fancy marketing word for a post description. The copy is where you can add a lot of value to your post. You can educate your potential client, you can entertain them, or do both. Just don't be shy with it. And don't forget to add a call to action. I mean, you can add anything like if you've been thinking about doing that reno, then it's time to talk. Give us a call today. Now here's another bonus tip for you. You want to use hashtags. They do matter and they do help you a lot. So you want to use 10 or 11 of them, get pretty specific. And I mean, if your account is a bit smaller, like hundreds or low thousands, then you want to use specific hashtags that don't have millions of uses already. And you want to think about what your potential client is looking for. So think contractor, think construction company, think where you're located. Basically, just have fun with all this and constantly ask yourself, do I like this? Am I excited about it? Because if you aren't, then the chances are that nobody else is going to be either. So you want to share value, you want to build a loyal following, and you're really going to benefit from having a healthy, active online presence.